10 hours. 10 hours that I won't be able to get back. Yeah, I guess I already set the tone of how I feel about this game. Oh, jeez, 10 hours. Okay, so for the new subscriber, and I guess any new viewers, normally I would start, hey, well, I would say, hey, good morning, good afternoon, and so on as my catchphrase, and I'm like, hey, this is not a walkthrough, and this is not some meta commentary. Just to kind of sum up how I done my other vertical videos, just to kind of be like, hey, this is da 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 da, but and this time, no, screw all that. I absolutely want to do a subversion and deconstruct all of that verdict video. Let's just actually get to the nit and gritty. Yeah, okay, that's kind of how I feel. That sets the tone. So, for any new subscriber, well, I guess we got one, and also any new viewer, go ahead and watch my Chia verdict video. That's kind of my new format of how I kind of review a game, like completely review a game. And to be specific, if a game I highly enjoy, like God of War 2018 and very specific games, just feels it just feels that niche and kind of checks all the right boxes. Then I show video game clips of why this game was so fantastic, and I've been doing that since Chia, and I like that format. So yeah, go ahead and watch the Chia one or watch my recent video game verdict videos, and you'll understand the ebb and flow I've been doing for just kind of like reviewing a game. And I like doing that format. It works for me, and I think it kind of sums up how I feel about the game, and it kind of shows any like gamer or not non-gamer, hey, this is what I enjoy about the game, or hey, this is what I hate about the game, and that kind of sums it up. This one's going to be pretty simple. I'm going to try to keep it under 10 minutes because I try to put a timer on a game I don't like or a game that I liked and I very much enjoy, and I try to kind of keep laser focused because people will fall asleep if I keep rambling on. Get what I mean? Alright, how many minutes has it been? This is going to be short, and I'll try to keep this under 10 minutes because I really just want to move on to another video game project. So let's start the timer now. Alright, well, I guess we're starting with part 1 already, which is the negative. Actually, sorry. Part 1 is the score. What do I get this out of 10? 5 out of 10. I wanted to get this so much lower, but there were still some good things, and there were some glaring negative things that I will not get my time back on this. But yeah, 5 out of 10, I think that's pretty gracious for all things considering. This, realistically, I should have gave this a 4 out of 10, and I'll explain why. So let's get to part 2. I know, I'm not really happy talking about this game. I wonder freaking why! Okay, so one of the negative is, it's a minor one, and I don't think this is kind of like a negative, but I'll acknowledge. If you play Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines, I actually watched a few video game gameplay of it. It's an RPG, but about vampires, and that sounds so intriguing, and I saw the reviews. This was a game that was reviewed well, not like successful, but reviewed well for a company that was still around, and I can see why. I think it was pretty intriguing, pretty much an RPG about vampires and kind of going into deep vampire lore, clans, actual unique story, and kind of a unique dialogue system, and kind of like RPG that surrounded it. I think that's pretty freaking intriguing. Where was this in this game? I mean, it's a minor nitpick, and you know what you signed up for. It's a visual novel, but Vampire the Masquerade. It might not click with everyone. It might not work for everybody. It might not be your cup of tea. But yeah, the gameplay is definitely non-existent. That's not really a negative, and if you watch the trailer for this and you kind of did your research on this, then that's not really negative. That's a minor thing. I kind of wish that there was kind of actual gameplay on this, maybe fighting, like what Narco does. Narco does actually fighting and some gameplay mechanics. That's a perfect example of using a visual novel as a kind of like a concept, but still adding some gameplay variety. Yeah, Vampire the Masquerade, Coteries in New York. No, it doesn't. It absolutely doesn't have any gameplay at all. Just you're reading pretty much up to 10 hours if you take your time, or I guess 6 hours if you speedrun this, but yeah, you're pretty much reading. And that's gonna pretty much, it's a slow burn, and it will make you fall asleep, and you'll just begrudgingly try to get through this. But hey, here you are. Alright, so that's the first negative. The other negative that I didn't really think it would be a negative, but this is actually a negative that I will acknowledge. The replay value is, it's not there. Once you get through the story, just once, the replay value, which I don't really acknowledge in some of my video games, but there is no replay value in this at all. Once you get through the story, and that's my other negative I'm going to too, because this is my part 2, yeah, the replay, you don't want to play with the other character unless you're trying to get all the trophies and just play as pretty much the other 2 characters that you really just don't give a flip about. Yeah, it's not there. You don't want to replay. That's the whole point. After spending up to 10 hours, you're not exhausted, you just don't want to do it. And that's never a good sign if you don't want to replay the game. That's where the other negative comes into play, and it's largely because of the last negative. Come on, the replay value. It's atrocious. It's atrocious because of the last negative, and it's a big one, and that's not the deal breaker. It's this one. The last negative is an unsatisfying ending. All the setup, all the build-up, the intriguing story that it's building up to, that you are literally building your coteries of New York to literally kind of have your own clan and kind of like reign supreme, or just rule over New York with your vampire clan that you kind of build that relationship with. It all amounts to nothing. All loose plot holes, like with Torque getting away from that climactic showdown that's so anticlimactic and it just doesn't pay off. Yeah, Sophia, spoiler alerts, because come on, I don't care. Sophia dies. All that build up, all that from the beginning. She's with you in the beginning. She dies. Absolutely dies. And it's just so undignified. All that kind of setup and intrigue, the fantastic character writing that we get with her. It's all bogus. It doesn't pay off. And the monologue that you get with the villain too at the end, you know what? I think it's better to show you my footage of literally what happens and how my reaction is. It's just such an unsatisfying ending. Nothing gets resolved. It's clearly sequel bait, and everything just feels like it was a waste of time. Roll the clip. Ah, okay, so Callahan just did the same thing. That's why the Inquisition. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's over. Why would they end it like that? Oh, I'm so unfulfilled. That's how they end? Are you serious? So all that build up to Lamar to get to the big leagues, and the guy wants you to... Oh, that's freaking lit. Oh, I'm so unsatisfied. What was the point of all this? No, seriously, what was the point of all this? So it led to this point. The guy orchestrated Lamar to get to this point. So Lamar was a pawn to a Toro the entire time. I'm just so unfulfilled. That's it? Oh, what the? This all felt pointless. Okay, well, we'll let the credits run. I don't know, it doesn't sit well with me. That just makes it feels like I wasted so much time. Alright, well, yeah, enjoy the credits, and I'm just gonna kind of ponder and get a little salty. I'm disappointed. I'm so disappointed. Come on. Alright, good. You see what I mean? That's why. It's because of its ending. It ruins everything that it sets off. That was so intriguing and actually made me motivate me to get through this game. But the ending just kind of like falls flat on his face, and that's it. That's all you get. It was just a bit. It was a big wet fart. That's all I could say. I hate to use that metaphor, but it sucked. It absolutely sucked. Ah, gosh. Okay, so that's my part two. So part three, positive. All right. Now I can actually talk about what I actually liked about the game, even though I gave it a 5 out of 10. What is there to like about this game, you might ask? Well, the world building is great. I think learning about the different, because vampire media that I've noticed, they don't really go into clans that much unless Twilight, but come on, freaking Twilight, screw Twilight. Anyway, um, like legit vampires, they go into clans. So not only is there a set of rules and principles, and the reason why don't compromise the masquerade, there's a reason for it. And it helps with the dictionary to explain every single fine detail in a fine comb. It's just so unique to learn about the clans of psychopaths, blood mages, pretty much Nosferatu, and the list goes on. I just think the world building is extremely well done. For however crap the ending is, I think the world building was really well done, and that's why it kept me invested, because learning different cultures, traditions, and how each clan operates was actually fascinating. Roll the next clips. Okay, this took a turn. I didn't know you used to date the enemy. Wow, this is pretty freaking awkward. That one was funny. that was funny. Darn it, this rain's pretty great. Are you gonna straight up kill her? Damn, Hope, you're gonna just straight up murder her. Her hands are literally tied to her. Well, she's literally unarmed. She's gonna. This feels so wrong. Exactly. And that makes up for it so much. That's what motivates you to get through the game. Along with that, the other positive is, and yes, we're on part 3 if I didn't establish it before, the characters are fantastic. From the elusive, mysterious Sophie to the, well, snuff film enthusiast, Hope, and fan favorite, and even though he's my fan favorite, he might not be everyone's cup of tea, but from the fan favorite detective, D'Angelo, that I wish I finished the storyline. These characters, they're not only are their motivations spelled out for you in a very kind of humane and realistic way, all the characters are fleshed out, motivations are really well done, except for the main villain at the very end, excluding him. Gosh. But yeah, in terms of the actual characters that you meet throughout your kind of 10 plus, or let's just say 7 to 10 plus hour, yeah, all the characters are well done, fleshed out. Really, really, really iconic. I wouldn't say like iconic as like Kratos from God of War 2018, but yeah, they're just really well done. Well, the next clip. Yeah, I got plenty of them. Sure. Oh, shut up, Raoul. But hey, I did say you would warm up to me, dickhead. Anyway, yeah, I did alright because I pretty much took out several guards like a beast. Oh yeah, I guess I did. I was trying to say like a chat, like a boss, but technically I guess I am a beast in the game. Yeah. Wow, he's not being a total dick, becoming an asshole, but hey, yeah, bonding. Alright, dude, give up. You don't stand a chance. Shit. No. Oh. I found it that really hard to find some extra specific clips of the characters, but you see what I mean. And along with the fantastic characters, which I actually was latching on to a few of them, actually a lot of them, the writing is absolutely fantastic. If the ending didn't soil everything you've been doing at this point, yeah, the writing is just like top tier. They just do not. There's no. There's no content filter. There's no lines they'll cross in terms of the writing. Clearly, the developers were having fun and having a ball with their writing. I could tell with their writing that they actually it kind of went next level. I wouldn't say like to Mass Effect kind of next level, but yeah, the writing you could tell that the developer just left nothing off the table, and I appreciate it. I appreciate that honesty. I appreciate them going real deep into the writing. It just made it just like it was another strong factor of why I went through the story so much because the writing and the characters were just top notch. I will admit, I can actually admit that. So yeah, that's pretty much all the positives I have. Let's roll the next clip, and I'll show you what I mean about the writing. Wait, meat hooks? I don't like where this is going. Oh no. Wait, what? I don't like where this is going. Freaking recluse? This is so awkward. Okay. Okay, we get it. Countdown. Don't search for me. Oh, okay. Wow, you guys are really exes now. I know, very bloody fantastic. I freaking know. But even with all those positives I said, this is where I guess part 5 comes into play. The positives do not outweigh the negative. It's just that even though the positive are kind of justifiable of why I liked half of it, the ending and just there's no replayability. It's just such the stake in the heart. And sorry, no pun freaking intended, but it is intended. I mean, come on, you just can't build up an intriguing world with fantastic characters and strong writing that really rivals really top-notch writing. I wouldn't say like Red Dead Redemption 2 and Mass Effect writing, but it's still strong writing that you actually are compelled to see this to the end. You just can't have an ending that doesn't build up and has a satisfying ending. If this was going to be a trilogy, which it seems like this is, and sequel bait that I'm not interested to play, you just can't end a cliffhanger like that and expect people to just move on. Because it just doesn't have a good setup. It doesn't have a good cliffhanger to the next one. If it's underwhelming, you're gonna piss off a lot of people, which they probably did. So yeah, 5 out of 10, I think that's pretty appropriate. I just felt like my time towards the end, especially, was just wasted. I didn't see the need of why they killed Sophie. I don't see the need why they let Torch get away. I just don't see the need of whatever his name, I forgot, Thomas, offering his hand to have my character join the big leagues and then just end it at credits. It's just like, you know how many fans would be pissed if the Empire Strikes Back, perfect example. You know how many people would be mad if basically Darth Vader says, "Luke, I am your father," and then Luke screams, and then basically it ends like that. That's it. I mean, we would still be satisfied, but I feel like there would be more to tell, because there's a reason why The Empire Strikes Back holds up. I know it's not the best comparison, but do you see what I mean? You can't just end a movie half-baked and just expect your sequel to pick up the slack. I mean, come on. I know it's called Shadows of the New York, it's turned to the sequel, but this game convinced me not to play it. And you know why? Because the cliffhanger is just so unfulfilling, unsatisfying, it doesn't compel me to check out the next one. And that's how I feel about it. Yeah, 5 out of 10, very appropriate. I'm ready to move on to another video game project. I'm glad you guys joined me for Vampire the Masquerade, Coteries of New York. I'm gonna pretty much, if it ever comes out, and if it doesn't get delayed again, I want to check out Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Or, heck, if Sony and PlayStation have the balls, maybe they'll bring Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 1. So I can see what all the hype is about, and why people are pretty much aching for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Maybe I'll find out one day. Maybe Sony will actually bring it, the first one. Who knows? But I want to see more about Bloodlines 2, see what that's all about. That's kind of what the playlist has in the future. Like, hey, if Bloodlines 1 comes in the future, cool. No more visual novels. I am not doing any more visual novels of Vampire the Masquerade. Someone's gonna have to, like, twist my arm. Not in the literal sense. Someone's gonna have to force me to play that. I ain't doing it. Sorry. I'm gonna be straight up. Alright, so, of course, you can leave that like, comment, or subscribe. What's your favorite? You know, I already asked that question before, so I'm gonna just end it like this. I think I've done enough. So have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you're in. and I'll see you at the next clip. Have a good one, everybody. All right, Sheriff Factory. Go ahead and end it with the credits. I'm ready to move on to another video game project. Man, this game blows. Gosh, wasted 10 hours on this.